Hey folks, Michael Mann from Michael Mann Security Services. We're going to talk about more equipment for your behavior threat detection operations. So today we're going to talk about a field interview notebook. So I've got a picture of it here. These little notebooks are nice. You can get them through Amazon or you can get them in Galls, Galls. It's a police or public safety magazine that sells equipment. But they're nice because they fit in your pocket. And obviously, we're not the police, we're private citizens, but it's got the police on the front of the notebook, but you can tear that off if you don't like it. But the purpose of the field interview notebook is to document contact that you have with a person of interest. And in behavior threat detection, that's that person that you have detected that behavior. So the behavior that may be indicative of attack related or some sort of crime related behavior. So you're going to have a conversation or make contact with them. You can also use this for suspicious activity reporting. So something outside of that POI, like a vehicle. So SAR, if you don't have any kind of SAR electronic system or some sort of a device for that, like an app on your phone. And you can also record medical incidents in these notebooks because it's really just a little incident report is what it is, right? So before we get into the notebook or we talk about what's in it, just very quickly, let's talk about what a field interview is and what it means for us in behavior threat detection. So, if we stop somebody and we're going to talk to them because we see some suspicious activity or behavior that is a concern for us, it could be a detainment. All right. And we're private citizens. We're not police officers. So we don't have the ability to make a Terry stop. So let's talk about just in general in the United States of America, for either volunteer security personnel or, even if you're a paid security officer, the circumstances for detainment. And one is through consent. And that's what we want to do. We want to, we want the person to agree to stand there and talk to us. And if they don't consent, the other circumstance for detainment is going to be through a physical arrest. And we've talked about that in our use of force webinar, but that's going to be if a misdemeanor is committed in your presence, or if we have reasonable cause to believe that a felony has been committed, or obviously if we see a felony. So if we make that contact, obviously we want this to be through consent. So we want that contact to be very friendly. We want that person that we're talking to like that contact and to agree with it. And so they stop and actually engage with us. So we just need to be careful when we start to, have that contact with that person of interest, just to be careful that, if they stop, we want to make sure that there's no question that this was, this was under consent and this was very agreeable for both parties. So let's talk about what's in the field interview notebook. You've got some pictures there. I've got one here in my hand. You can see, man, you could fit this almost in a front pocket if you've got a shirt that's big enough. And actually it does. I've got my cool shirt on here that I wear all the time. This is a brand of clothing I wear a lot, and it fits right in the front pocket of this shirt. So on the very front page, what you'll see is, it's like a little incident report. There's a place for date, time, location, circumstances. And so you can, obviously you can note that with a pen or pencil. There's a place for information about the subject, or here it would be our person of interest. And there's also a place on the front page for vehicles. So if there's some suspicious vehicle activity, there's an abandoned vehicle, something needs to be towed on private property, you can note that in that notebook, and then you can put that back and send that out in your SAR, suspicious activity report, or whatever kind of incident reporting system you guys have. And on the very back, there's a narrative section. It just, there it talks about notes, but that's just, what happened, what happened during the contact, what you saw. And then this, again, it's a field process. So you're going to write this down, take the information down after you've talked to that person or after you've documented the information. And then you're going to go into some other system. Maybe you've got something in, in an email system. Maybe you've got a Facebook page, or maybe you've got some other, more comprehensive electronic system. This is just to take those notes very, very quickly so you can later transfer that in to that other system that you guys are using. Okay. So hope you got something out of this field interview notebook. Again, they're very inexpensive. You can carry them on your person, and it's very simple to use them. Hey, if you have any questions, you can get us at contact@michaelmannsecurityservices.com. We'll get right back with you, or you can call me anytime at 615-956-3912. And remember, it's about prevention, not response.